Welcome back to News Tower. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. End of the last video, we got access to a neighborhood that's controlled by our rivals. Ooh, the Bronx Zoo. It appears the Empire has paused temporarily. So these are scoops. They're glowing, right? In order to take over this neighborhood, we don't just need to report the tags. We need to go after the specific stories that these guys are racing us towards and get the scoop on them. In other words, we need to report this faster than they do, that kind of thing, or better than they do, whatever. We need to get the story before they do. So we have triumphant, unveiling, hopeful, and statistics. Kind of covering the whole gamut of topics here. It's all over the place. So having a diverse range of coverage in our reporters is essential to getting at least someplace like this. We're going to select this district. Now, what I would like to do is work towards the public library. This gives me access to the editing desk, which is going to help us remove some of those sloppy elements when they come in. But it doesn't just remove sloppy elements. If there are no sloppy elements, it also adds quality stars to those stories. So they're going to pay for themselves because those quality stars directly translate to more sales, which means more money. So I want to go after this. But the scoops. This is a big neighborhood too. And also this is working us towards another very useful building, which is Throg's Neck Factory. You might not think that sounds like a big deal, but this place has an elevator, which I'm not as interested in as I am the pneumatic tube, which is fantastic, but it's kind of more late game. You got to have a bigger place, and it's 30 influence points. It's going to be big. And then also the dumbwaiter for hauling up those packages so we don't have to go all the way down to the bottom. So all these things are very good. We need to go through another neighborhood in order to get them, though. They're from Pelham, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's see what the mayor wants. They're at it again, sir. Both of them racing for stories like it's a pie-eating contest. Oh, of course they are. I asked for help building a better city, and they send photographers looking for potholes. Yesterday, the Observer ran a piece accusing the Parks Department of stealing lawn chairs. And the Jersey Beacon accused City Hall of hoarding pigeons. Ridiculous. Scandal sells, I get it. But they're not reporting to inform. They're reporting to inflame. That's where you come in. I need a paper that competes and contributes. One that chases truth, not just fire. Beat them to the stories that matter. Get there first, print it clean, and don't let the city fall into their hands. Okay, so he wants us to print one scoop. We're going to go after all of them anyway, so hopefully we would be able to do this. But the really nice part, and the reason why I'm going for this anyway now instead of waiting for later, it's going to give me 2 influence points for each scoop we get. And there are 4 available here. So 8 influence points. Getting me up to 20 right now feels real good. So we're going to go after that. So that's the challenge. We need to beat them to these stories, okay? So Monday, November 1930. So before we get into this, I want to check the people that are available. I like this Pritherian thing, but this trait, it's gold, so it makes it feel like it's supposed to be this really good, rare thing. And I think it's a really good trait, right? This completely removes nutrition and bathroom, toilet visits, all that stuff, right? It's very good, but I think it's less good for reporters. Reporters spend the majority of their time outside the building. When they come into the building, they're going to deliver their story, which is all I need them to do. And then from that point, I don't really need them to do anything until I send them on a story, in which case they get teleported away, right? So the only time this really matters for a reporter is if they are constantly outside the building and never get any rest at all. And then they can start having those mental issues, right? Which we can hopefully counter with some of their traits. But I get it. I just feel like this trait is better suited on other people who are in the building more often. So I'm not really super into jumping on that. Before I do anything, I'm going to make a habit of at least taking down the debt by $1,000 every day. And I'm going to do it at the beginning of the day because psychologically, for me anyway, I don't know if this is the way for you guys, but psychologically for me, when I look up at my money, I see a limited budget. I tend to be a bit more frugal. I'm not going to buy a whole lot of stuff if I don't have the money for it. So the idea that it's like, well, I'm going to pay off my debt at the end, for me, if I have to put it this way, if I have to go into more debt to buy something, I'm less likely to buy it. Okay? So if the money's already here, I might buy it. But if I have to hit this button before I can buy it, I may not buy it. That's how I'm going to do it. So $1,000 off at the beginning of the week seems like a good way to kind of bring that down. So the first thing we're definitely going to need is paper. So we're going to go ahead and spend that right away, because I know I'm going to need that. And it looks to me, whoops, I just dropped her. Bring her back up here. 73 in that one and 70 in that one. I think we're good on the nutrition thing for now. We don't need to buy any food. So we're at 1210. Okay, we'll leave it at 1210. And if we have $1,000 left over at the end of the month, then we'll go ahead and take it down another 1,000, because that debt is brutal. All right, taking a look at the mayor. We need to print a Scoops. We don't need to look at him. We know what we need to do. So for this, the Bronx Zoo. Triumphant, unveiling, hopeful, and statistics. Again, I reiterate, these are specific stories. So we can print the tag, but it won't be the scoop necessarily, right? So if you're looking over here, this might confuse some people. If you're looking over here, you see unveiling right here. You're thinking, just print this story, you're fine. No, this is not the scoop. There's a scoop out there. There's a timely story that they are racing us for. We need to find those stories first, because they're going to find them too, and they're going to race to them, and they might find them before we even find them on the map. So that's not good. So we need to race them to these specific things. And unfortunately, they are covering basically every topic, but there is one that 3 of these have in common, and that's economy. So I'm going to have us searching for economy pieces first, because there's a high chance that we'll get at least 2 of these by searching for economy. And then we'll look for other things as we go. Okay, so while they're searching for that, I want to take a look at my reporters, and I want to see, the skills and stuff. So are there any reporters out there that could be replaced? Again, no traits. I don't want to put too much investment in people that don't have any traits. I'd like to replace them as soon as possible to get leveling them up. So Pam, she's got 2 economy pieces, and I really need economy, especially this week. So getting rid of an economy person, I have to be replacing them with an economy person. So if we're taking a look at these guys, let's go ahead and re-roll this. Not getting good traits here on the re-roll, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and hit it again. Okay, so this is, again, a big bladder thing. I don't really care too much about that. Orderly, less trash, cheap. I don't really care. So I'm not going to re-roll it again. I think I want to save that $100 for now, just so I have over 1,000 in case I can bring the debt down. So we're just going to leave with the reporters we have. I tried. I'm looking. I'm actively looking every week to see if there's anyone that we could get with better traits. Okay. I think I'm pretty good here. This guy looks like he is... Who are you? You are a typesetter. Where's my other telegraphers? See this? This is not acceptable. This is what I'm talking about. We need to have those. They don't need anything. Quick study, though. So that's a good trait. Move you over here. I'm going to kind of cheat you a little bit. Yeah, you'll wave at me, and then you'll get to work, and that's... Where are you going? Lynette, where are you going? You're going bathroom, aren't you? I hope. I mean, maybe. Your stat is okay. So where are you going? Find me the story. Does it not let me cheat them by moving them like that? I think she's going to the bathroom. Ugh. Sucks. Anyway, right here. Okay. This is an example of a scoop. And actually, it's going to hit both tags. We want to beat these guys. So we see this one and this one. They're both going, and we need both of them. Okay. So this guy, he's racing 2 days and 18 hours until he takes the scoop. So we want to beat him to it. Now, you might think that's pretty easy, because as soon as I take Gary here and put him here, he's already there, right? He'll have it in 12 hours. So, you beat him 2 days and 18. But the thing is, we have to be finding these stories. So this is a timer that's going. Even though we don't know where it is on the map, this timer's going. So we had 2 days and 18 hours to find this piece. And that's applying to all of these. So there's stories out there that we haven't found that we need to look for. I think I'm going to have... There's a high degree of likeliness that we have economy stories this week. I'm gonna put Lois on this one since we have it. All right, so we're definitely going to want to do this. And then as we get this in 11 hours, he's moving towards it, right? He's going to have the whole story, not just this piece, but the whole story in 2 days, 15 hours. So we're only a little bit ahead of him here. Okay, so this one's got evidence. I like that. There's a statement piece here, but this one risks a spy. We don't have security. And I know it's a gold tag. I'm not really sure I want to have a spy in here. We might be able to avoid it, though, by sending Walter on it because he's lucky. So I think we'll go for that. Pam's got economics though, so I don't want her to go near it. So Walter's going to go here do this first. I don't want her near it because there might be another economic story soon. As soon as, you know, so happy that you could join us, Lynette. Thank you for finally doing your job. The paper. You need to bring the paper up to the shelf up here. There we go. Put it in the printer as well. Make sure we dedicate some of it to the printer. There we go. Okay. All right. Let's see what we get here. So the scoop is done. Now we can send other people to it. All right. So what we want is we got 2 people, and it might have been cool to have Mabel on this. I think this was an economy thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Because Gary was on. I think this was an economy piece. I forget. No, this is a society piece. So it might have been better actually to have Mabel on this because she could have unlocked these other ones. But it's okay. We already have this one. And he's still 2 days, 5 hours out until he gets the whole thing. So we're very ahead of him right now. So I'm going to go and put Mabel on this one. And Pam can be on this economy piece. This leaves me with Jim open because lucky. Okay, now that we have that though, look, now that we have both of these guys here, he's gone. So we beat him to this. That means we're going to have both of these. So now we're just looking for these 2. And unfortunately, there's no topic crossover here, so it's kind of whatever. So we kind of have to look for everything. There's no more economic stories on the map, actually. So we can switch to, let's try to find this entertainment, sports, and politics. So entertainment, sports, and politics. These 3 are what we want to get these articles covered. We know there's no more economy stories. Okay, here's the entertainment. We have it right here. Entertainment scoop is right here. So in this case, he's got 1 day, 7 hours until he takes the story. But we can find it. And we don't want this one. We want this one. So Anthony, you're going to take this one. That means we beat him to that scoop too. So now we're just left with politics and sports. So we can remove entertainment from the search, and we can focus our search on these 2 until we can get this. And the scoops are basically the first stories we're finding. That's great. There's 10 more items to find after that. Okay. Let's check the state of our printers really quick. 423, and a restocking person is, I think, putting more in. Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure that we have enough paper for these guys' stations too, though. 49, 79, 82. Oh, very cool. So we have lots of paper. He's going down somewhere else, maybe to the bathroom. There's enough toilet paper there. So I'm not sure where he's bringing that paper, but it's okay. Wherever they're going to bring it, I'm sure it's needed. Okay, now the spy thing is a little bit concerning. I don't particularly like that. We're going to start with Gary here, and then we're going to send Walter on this one because he's lucky. We can maybe bypass that. But if we get a spy, then what's going to happen is potentially somebody's going to walk into our place. We're not going to necessarily know who it is, and we're not going to be able to remove them because we don't have security. They're going to see things. They're going to tamper with things. They might even mess with our stories a little bit, and we're going to get a bunch of negative tags, which is going to hurt our sales. If I had an editor, the editor would be able to remove those. But security would be ideal to deal with those guys. But I'm going to go for it anyway because it's a gold tag. And, well, I mean, you can't pass up a gold tag. You got to do it. Same thing here. There's some mobsters. This is not a scoop. It'd be nice to have the silver tag, but we have a lot of stories. And I don't think I need it. And I don't really need to risk mobsters, to be honest, going after it. I could just leave the story here and not get the real hard-hitting truth. But I haven't found the triumphant piece yet. So I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of that story. Because we're going to go after this instead. And if we get a spy, we get a spy. But hopefully not. Walter, be lucky for me, will ya? Oh, and we're good. Nice job, Walter. Yeah, I'm okay with giving up the silver tag that's got mobsters tied to it potentially in exchange for knowing that my scoops are going to come out on time and we're not going to get, interrupted and all these things. So now we just need to find, it's politics and sports. Those are the 2 we need to find. Telegraphers, do your thing. There it is. So he's going to find it in a day. Look at that. 1 day, 3 hours, and this is going to take us a day. So if we didn't find this in the next, if it took us to Wednesday to find this story, we lose it. So that just had to happen. Jim Abrams is in there now. So we got all 4 scoops. Beautiful. EEA. Beautiful. And now we can just get kind of whatever we want at this point. So we can just send people out to grab stories more willy-nilly. It doesn't matter as much. This one would go with our existing. But notice again, it's a tag, but that's not the scoop, right? So you have to beat them to the specific stories. All right, there we go. And now we don't have to worry about that focus. So really, there's just these 3 topics remaining. And crime. So this one risks injury to the reporter. But we get nice tags here. 4 influence points for this story. Massive. Definitely want to do it. I'm going to send Walter first because he might avoid the injury. Otherwise, then we can send Gary. I'm just going to wait for Walter to be available, though. And then this is a simple unveiling story. We'll take... Anthony can go do this one. All right, I'm just waiting for Walter to be available so I can potentially avoid the injury. Go ahead for it. Walter's our man! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Felt like Kool-Aid Man for a second there. I was like, yeah. We're not going to risk the mobsters. We don't need it. So we'll just go ahead and ignore it. And the only thing else we have now is, if I can speak, the only thing we have left now, there we go, that's English, is entertainment and society, which we have tons of society reporters. So that's pretty good. So it looks like we're going to be in great shape this week here. Yeah, good society here. Gary can go ahead and take this. I really would like experience to be on somebody else, though. I'm going to give it to Jim just to give him the experience of it. Because these guys, I mean, I think anyway, will end up being replaced eventually. So I'd rather have them. Even though there's no risk there, I'm still going to put him on that. There's no risk to avoid anyway. Simple entertainment piece, that's fine. All right, we definitely want you on this. Gary, go get it. And then this will be prioritized so that we make sure we print it. It's a day, 4 hours, so we're not going to get it till Saturday. Yikes. Oh, that's going to be tight. I'm going to prioritize that, though. We're going to see if we can get it. Either way, we can print it next week. If it's not current this week, it'll be current next week, and we print it anyway. We'll still get the 4 influence points for having it. But it would be nice to print it this week, of course. I guess we'll send Lois on this. I don't... yeah, I guess so. All right, that takes care of all of the articles that are on the map. So all stories, all available stories are found. Yep. So we don't need the map open anymore. So what we're left with, like this big one here, it says 2.5 days. I mean, that is down to the wire. That is like, if somebody goes to the bathroom at any point in this process, then it's just delayed. So crossing my fingers on that. This is going to be my above the fold big time story, though. The triple murder shock city with the gold tag. And it's definitely going to be done in just 2 hours left until it's done. And then we have this one, which is pretty big. There's 2 scoops in here. Scoops don't add anything to my sales, though. So, like, it's cool, and I'm going to have it, but I'm not going to put it above the fold. The above the fold story is definitely this one. Because that's just a lot of sales. 93,500 from just the one story. Definitely doing that. What goes with this, though? I mean, we have a lot of old news. So it might be worth for the combo. This is a society, sports. We can put this on page 2. And then I guess I'm looking at this story, hoping that it hits. That's a crime story. So like this one here would be cool to put on this page, but I don't think that's necessary. No. We have influence points here, right? Oh, wait a minute. If I put this one above the fold, do I get 12 influence points for it? Like, is this a 3x on the influence points too? I forgot if that's a thing. I think it is. God, I might want to do that instead. Have less sales this week, less sales this month in exchange for way more influence points. We just bank up a whole bunch of them. We can have my page really quickly. But I have no floor I have to build the floor to do that. And 700 and $7,500 more dollars. I need more sales for that. I think I'm going to focus on the sales. I like the influence points. We're going to get them anyway. But I think I need to focus on the sales. And, I mean, we're still going to put that story, though. I have to put it right here. I think so. I think I'm going to move the Detroit-Windsor tunnel opening down here. And then put this on the ×2, you know. I think that's better. There's a combo with the crime, though. But I don't think that's worth it. I think I'd rather get the double on the investigative tag for having it here. And then the influence points doubled here, too. I think that's how that's going to work. So on this side, we still need the unveiling scoop and the triumphant scoop to be on the page. And this doesn't really go with any existing story. So we're just going to have to put it on a page. Does it go with this one at all? No. So this one here, I'm going to put like this. Does it tell me how many influence points I'm going to get for this? Like, is there any part of this UI that tells me influence point? Yeah, 8. Okay, so that is... Yeah. So that is... Oh, man, that's so tempting. It's so tempting. Because that's 12 influence points, guys. I feel like I got to do it. And we put this here instead. I mean, it's still a lot of sales, right? What's the real difference here? Like, what's the real difference? So we have 127,000 sales at 3 cents each, right? 127,000 sales. So we're making 38.10 right now with 12 influence points. If I take this story and swap it with this one, now we're getting 41.85. I mean, yeah, it's almost $300, but I think that's less than $100 per influence point. I feel like that's worth it. I'm going to put this above the fold. Witchcraft cults go on the top page because that's massive. We're getting 12 of that. So I like it. Okay, so we'll sacrifice a little bit of money, but definitely worth it in my opinion. And we can make that back by using some of these old news things to combo with it too. So I can go in and say, like this one here, for example, can combo. This is old news, right? But we're gonna wait on the old news. Just make sure we're printing everything we can here. So first, so this one is society. There's not a lot of crossover. When you get stories like this where everything is all mixed, it's hard to combo the tags very well. But I can put this one, let's say, for example, here. Wait, this one combos with it really well. And then we don't really have much for sports stories. That's kind of the only one. So maybe we'll just stick the sports story here. That prints the scoop. And then on this side, we have crime. This is old news, though. Let's use the new stuff if we can. I don't think there's much for new stuff, though. I don't think so. So we would want the entertainment piece to be in there. And unfortunately, this has crime, right? So it would cross with this, but that's okay. It's better to put this here because we get the gold tag on a ×2. And we have this. So entertainment, unveiling, we could just stack that. That's double. And then on this side, again, we don't have a whole lot left, but we have cleared every single scoop. So the paper is ready for the requirements anyway. So we just need to fit something in here. And I think maybe old news is how we do that. So this is a combo. Wait, nope. That's the wrong page for that. Oh, here we go. This might... Okay, hold on. Bring this up like this. And bring this up like this. Now we can combo this to this page. Yeah, it's old news, but it combos well. And then is there anything else we can do that combos well here? We have the tragic. It's tragic there. Tragic. We have crime and tragic. That combos. Yeah. Crime and tragic combos. It's old news, but it combos. Is it better than anything else, though? So we're going to get 5220 here. Plus 12 influence points. plus an additional 8 influence points from the mayor for a total of 20 additional influence points, putting us at 32. That gets me my page. That's huge. That gets me my page, and then I could print more if I had more pages, right? So yeah, I have enough paper. Everything seems pretty solid. We can go ahead and pay down the debt then. Down to just $10 remaining. But it means we won't get charged the extra interest. And then all this stuff becomes old news, unfortunately, but it's just the way it is. I think this is the ideal setup for the paper. I'm just looking again one more time to see if there's anything I can put here that makes more sense. Like, I get that this combos, but if I can, you know, is there a better combo for it? And I don't think there is. I like, yeah. We have a lot of entertainment left behind here. But it's worth it. So I think we pull the trigger here. Good week. Very good week, man. So we're going to have 32 influence after this, unless my math is terrible. Or unless I don't understand how it works really well. A lot of old news doesn't make it any more relevant. Okay. It's fine, whatever. Criminal isn't the creative artist, the detective only the critic. So it says we get 21 influence here. Oh, we get the district, right? We get the extra one from the district, so we should have 33. That's pretty good. 52.30, we can get out of debt now too. Or I can stay in debt and get my floor, which I have to do with the printer. So I'd have to get more debt to get the printer. I think I have to wait, print 3 pages for another week, get out of debt. I think we get out of debt now. I really want to get out of debt. That's really harsh. But we're going to get 4 more subscribers, an extra influence for taking the whole district. Love it. And we're almost in neutral standing with the mayor. After all of this, we're neutral. Great. But we'll be hated by the mafia. That's how you stay alive in this game. First to strike, last to bleed. Sure. Okay, so our payback on the loan took $450 away from us, but that's a lot better than the near 800 and 1,000 or whatever it was taken before. So we're at 29.22 going into the next week. And that opens up Pelham. It also gives us access to the chief of police. And we can't use this place yet until we get our reputation up with the mayor one more time. The mayor wants us to... Publisher, this is Mr. Curry, a powerful friend. He's the boss of Tammany Hall. How do you do? I heard great things about your newspaper. We could use some good press right now. That's right. You know, gentlemen, sometimes when I shave, I get to thinking. Maybe leave the thinking to us, Jim. Enough damage has been done. Driven by improper and illegal considerations, they say. But I merely serve the public. Quiet. We don't talk openly about these things, Jim. James, same thing. Especially in front of the hounding media. We need to find out who's investigating Mayor Walker. Cozy up to the chief of police. His accent has changed like 3 times. I am sorry. We need to make that a priority. I haven't given them a lot of thought to what they sound like, okay? Great plan, Curry. We could provide them with some evidence. Give the police public win and take the target off my back. Okay, so he wants me to print 1 evidence. Some story out there that's got evidence. He wants me to print that. And then 4 influence points for me. I'll go ahead and accept that. Where are we likely to get evidence, right? Well, unrest, adventurous, tragic, investigative, maybe. Now, you're going to notice something else happening here, okay? There's an additional classification on this now. It says nudges perception right towards sensational. This one here nudges it right. This one here says left towards informational. What do those things mean? We're going to take a look at that. Wait, I can't see the interface for it yet, but I'll show you in a little bit. I don't think I want to go after Pelham right now, but I mean, we could always go after the Scoops, but we're not getting that extra influence this time. He's not giving us the extra per scoop this time, so it's not really all that important. Politics and unrest is this way. We can move towards my editor, and that's what I think I kind of want to do. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I'd rather do. Now, I can spend my influence to get my page module right now. I totally could. But I can't use it unless I make the upper floor. So I am going to hold off on it a little bit and do the stories I can do. What's Town Hall give me? So Town Hall is better for political reporting. Yeah, we're going to wait on that. I'm going to go after West New York, work my way towards my editor, and we'll see if we can find some evidence, all right, in this particular district. It's a pretty easy district to get, and we should be out of debt here after this one. We'll see. So let's go. Oh, here we go. Oh, hello there. We were just talking about people's perception of newspapers. That's right. People like their rags a certain way, you know. The serious folk, they love to read about all that informational stuff. They have a thing for quality, variety, and the depth to the news. And then there's the folks who love the drama, the mystery, the ultimate thrill seekers. They are all about sensationalism, hot topics, flashy photos, and tasty headlines. Golly, reminds me of the good old days. Now, you might think that's it, but don't forget the moderate folk. Being moderate is good for business. Think ads, consistent coverage on all topics, a few combos here and there. My point is, know your target audience, and these rags will fly off the counter. Exactly. Now, how do you become a certain type of newspaper, you ask? Pay close attention to your articles. They might contain clues on how they will be perceived. I'm sure you'll get the hang of it. Have a great week, publisher. Good luck. Okay, so right away while they're talking, we're finding things too. So let's go over here. We have 4. We've already found all 4 things. Okay, hang on a second. I've been running the clock this whole time. Interesting, the time hasn't been running though. So they found all 4 of these with no time commitment. That's kind of dirty. You guys can talk to me anytime you want. Because there's no time off the clock. It is 12:22 a.m. It's been 22 minutes. That's very fast. And we have all 4 of these stories. That's cool. Okay, so we're gonna stay paused for a second. I'm gonna do my typical thing I'm gonna do here. Take at least $1,000 off the loan. I can probably get away with 2,000 off the loan. Ugh, that's really aggressive. Okay, I'm gonna do it. So we're down to $922 now. Reporters. So who are we looking to replace here? Anyone who has a great I'm going to reporters tab. Here we go. So I like this one though. I like this. The 25% chance of unlocking the next file with news is good. Crime Entertainment Society. So the idea here is I need to have a reporter that has very similar coverage, but also no traits. That's hard to do. Like if I really want to replace Lois, I need to make sure that reporter has economy, because I'm a little bit, I don't have a lot of coverage for that. Politics and society. So if I had somebody that had those 3 traits, that would be ideal. That's not what this is. And then what about you? Where are you at? So crime, economy, and politics. Like these are good. I'm going to re-roll this. I don't like it, but I'm going to do it. And yeah, nothing. I like Lucky. Lucky is so good. And you know what? Economy is here. Get an extra entertainment reporter and another crime reporter. Now, Jim Abrams is not. I'm looking to replace you. Is ultimately what I'm looking to replace. So we have economics, right? Economy. We're going to lose a society reporter, but I think I have enough of those. And we're losing a political reporter, which is kind of bad. I don't have a whole lot of those, but I'm gaining another lucky person, and I'm getting a lucky person with a crime article, which is pretty good. I don't know if I have that with other ones. Do I have my other lucky people? Oh, hang on. You. Gary. Crime, economics, society. Hey, you know what? You might be. I think I like it, because you're right next to my entertainment reporter, too. You know what, Gary? You've served me well. You did a good job, okay? It's not against you, Gary. It's just that there's somebody better. That's really all it is. You're charging me 88? I'm going to have you instead. There we go. And now I probably want to rearrange this, or I can just buy another movie poster, which is probably where I should go with this. So you have crime. We have the items in place. Economics have the items in place, and then entertainment. So to really get you covered, I wonder, whoops, don't do that. To get you covered, can I just move this? That takes it away from you. That gives it to you, unfortunately. So I'd have to get another movie poster because all three of you have entertainment. All right, so I'm going to get another movie poster. And let's go, I forget where it is. It's reporting tools, right? Yeah. And movie poster. So I just basically put two of them here. I mean, ideally, I'd spread them out, but whatever. It covers everybody. So two of these will cover everybody. And then we pretty much have everything we need for you. So you come in with stats that look like this. Crime. Yep. Okay. And I have another lucky person now. So 3 lucky people. Very nice. Okay. That's going to be my replacement for the day. I would hit it again, but, you know, I'm kind of still trying to get out of debt and everything, and I don't really want to mess with that. I have a need for paper, though. So that is $600. Down to $72 remaining. Okay. Now, before I waste this huge advantage by having all of them found and then just, like, letting the clock run, we need lucky people, don't we? Oh, my. We definitely do. This is a mayor article. Do we need to print that? No. But this has evidence. And, man, the Mafia really does not want me to print this. We have extra things now, though. This is influences perception. So we have influencing things to the left and to the right. Now, despite what anyone wants to say about the media, left and right in this game is not about political left, political right, okay? This is not like a liberal conservative thing, okay? What it is informational and sensational. Moving it to the left is more informational. Moving it to the right is more sensational. So if we take a look at the paper and we flip this board, we have moderate here, and then we have informational and sensational. And you are moving this little icon here to the left or the right. What does that do? Well, readers' interest unlocks after many more prints of the side. You can unlock more readers' interest as you go up. So you're going to attract more people that like informational things, attract more people that like sensational things, or staying in the middle, you can kind of dip into both sides, okay? Generally, this is better for sales because advertisers like this more too. Advertiser attractiveness down here for the various different topics. And then we're also going to get events and certain consequences and rewards every week based on where our alignment is. So we may want to, for example, some weeks, we may want to make something more sensational because it gets us a reward that we want. So there's extra considerations in there, not just about matching the tags, but now we have to think about how readers perceive us as well. So it gets way deeper. It keeps going. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, definitely want to do this though, because it's that evidence that we need for the mayor to get that 4 influence points. So we'll have Pam do this first, and then we'll send the lucky people and hope they don't get injured. Yeah, I like it. Okay, next we have a political ad here, our political story here. We can send Mabel on it just in case she unlocks the next stage. She did not, but that's okay. Now I have to know if I cancel her. Do it again. Do it again. I just had to know if there was like some kind of RNG that's decided the first time or if there's just like a chance it can happen again, you know? I just had to know. Yeah, okay, so doesn't look like that actually works. Okay, let's go like this way. Yeah, cheap entertainment piece. Maybe Anthony can do it because he's versatile. He's gonna get experience in everything anyway. And then our sports topic has a breakthrough. That's interesting. Influences perception to the left. Okay, so we want to go. I think Lois will take this one. Now, I don't know whether or not it's going to do both of these. Like, this says left, and then this says left. I don't think it does 2 to the left. I think this is more like this one will be active if this one's not there or something like that. I don't know exactly how this works. We're going to take and leave both of you. We're going to leave both of you for now because I'd rather have the lucky people focusing on this. Walter and Christina. And then this one here is Walter and Jim. Okay, so Jim's not part of the other story, so we could put you here. That's okay. Because he doesn't have the skills for the other story. Okay, sounds good. So we'll see what we get from these guys. Kind of waiting on various different things here. Okay. So what we have now, let's just pause it really quick because I got a lot of stuff on the map here. So I don't want this one. I want the other one. Yep. So this one, everybody's got stuff in their hands. So never mind. Sports story. Christine is here. So if I can take, here's what I can do. I can say Christina doesn't try this. Walter will try this instead. And if Walter gets injured, then Christina has to do it. But if Walter doesn't get injured, then Christina can go to the other story. That luckiness, man. He's such a lucky guy, isn't he? He certainly is. Okay, so now Christina can go to this story instead. There you go. We have another story over here. So this one has red herring. But we need to get the red herring in order to unlock this one. And this one's a big one. But there's, again, mobster risks. So there's a lot of risks this week. I don't know if we really need to take these big risks. This is a pretty complicated story. We have 10 articles left. We have 10 stories left. We don't really need to take that risk. Anthony can do this one. I don't think I need to. I mean, it's big. It's a gold tag. You want to do it. And I kind of do want to do it, to be honest. This is the thing where the editor could remove this. I don't have anyone in the office. I'd like to send somebody out to this. Maybe we could have Pam go out there and do this. Yeah. We'll have Pam do it for now, but... Yeah, we'll have Pam do it for now. Maybe we can put somebody... This is the reason why we have lucky people, right? Is so that we can, go up against the mob and maybe not get any penalties for it. So we'll see how it goes. I only have 2 lucky people. Well, I have 3, but they don't have overlapping skills. So, you gotta have to choose the one for the right story. Okay, so we're gonna have to go after this one first, because otherwise the path will be blown up. This takes 2 days to do. This takes a day and a half to do. So, Lois. Oh, I just have to send somebody in time is all that is. Yeah, I just have to have somebody here. We want lucky people on this. We have people reporting 1 hour remaining. So let's wait on that one. Just wait on that for a second here. Let people collect themselves. Let people go through the stories they need to go through. So this one is a big one, right? We have this gold tag, and then we have to print evidence. So I think I want Walter to go on this one first, not Pam. And then we have to do this one before we do this one. And again, I want lucky people on this if possible. So I'm going to wait on that one too. And we're going to have to wait till somebody comes back. So Walter, give it a try, buddy. This dude is so lucky. Yes. Lucky is, I think, one of the best things ever. Okay. You want lucky people all the time is what you want. We have 2 people who are lucky, both on their way back. This one's got an hour remaining. So Christina can go here. And maybe we get mobsters, maybe we don't. I don't know. We can send Pam here. Should be done in 22 hours. So I'm going to send Pam here. When she's done, she'll blow this up. But we're going to send Christina to this before she blows that up. Another big story. Okay, hang on. Now, we risk a police fine here. There's so many events in this one. Like, imagine if we didn't have lucky people. We would have reporters injured, mobsters visiting, now police fines. There's a lot of stories here that's going on here. And again, we just have to find evidence, which we kind of already have. We're already there. We don't need any more evidence. But they're gold tags, and they stack, and they compound so well together that you want to get 2 gold tags like working together is fantastic. All of these topics, they just merge together. So, yeah, Walter and Christina, you're going to be busy on this. Definitely going after all this evidence. 3 evidence stories on the front page would be insanely good. You kiss the mafia goodbye. They'll never forgive us. Let's just go ahead and pop that just a little bit here. I want to see if we can just get these guys back. So Christina's coming back, and I need her to go here because she's on a timer with this story right now. And she's lucky. All right, lucky. Christina, go. I love it. Good job. Okay, Christina will take that story. This is a simple society piece that risks the mob. We're not going to bother with that. We're really focusing on the bigger hitting ones. Walter's got 22 hours. Okay, so I have to wait 21 hours to get this story. Or I just risk the police fine. But I don't have anybody here, so even then I still have to wait 9 hours. Yeah, I just don't have enough reporters. I wonder if I can just... Is there a way to get another reporter? And fit another reporter in here? I mean, I'd have to pay them, of course, but, you know, if I move this here... let's move this over here for now. Let's slide this that direction. Move this back over. Slide you over 1. Slide you over 2. Can I fit a reporter desk here? I can. Okay. I think I'm going to try to find another reporter. Well, I can't re-roll. So it'd have to be one of these guys. We have crime reporters, though. And they're cheap, actually. I have a cheap crime reporter here. Is that useful to me right now? Yeah, I can put you here. That starts this process, at least. And that way, when this is done, we can immediately start this. And then we can just accelerate it. Okay. Well, hang on. Can I even afford the desk? I can't. So it's 100. So I have to go back into debt in order to get this. So this is what I'm saying. It's gonna... I think I want it, though. I am gonna do it. Because it gets me that tag, and that's gonna make me more than $1,000. It's worth it. So I'm gonna do this. And then I'm gonna get a cheap reporter there. And then we're gonna send that reporter this way. To at least start this, so that once we get our lucky person in here and unlock this story, we can then go after this one right away. That is the hope anyway. So lots and lots of things we're doing all at the same time. Crazy. Lots of crime happening. Okay, this is a simple entertainment piece. It's going to shift us back to the right. So if I'm looking at my other articles, this one doesn't seem to shift perception at all. This one here looks like it doesn't. This one, okay, maybe it goes to the left. I don't know. It looks like both of these elements want to shift it to the left. And then we have, again, to the left. So having something that shifts us to the right is probably good for the sake of balance. Let's put Mabel on this because she might unlock it right away. Nope. And just, again, I have to check. It's not going to work. Okay, Anthony can wait on it. Or maybe we just take her off of this and we put Anthony on it anyway. I mean, since it didn't happen, right, we can put somebody else on it anyway. So let's just do that. Okay, so we have Pam coming back. Pam can be the one that hits this. If somebody else, it's going to be Walter trying to avoid the police fine. I can't really afford. I guess I can afford the fine. If we get a fine, I can afford it. Okay, so that blew up that path, and she's already there. Okay, and a real simple thing there. I'm just checking. Oh, no. Bobby Jones announces retirement. The legendary golfer says he's ready to retire. His retirement comes after he won the Grand Slam this year. Guess winning everything can get tiring after all. Okay, so that's a sports story. And this is going to make sports tags really valuable. Is this worth doing? Normally they are. Breaking news stories are worth it. But what do we have for sports, really? I mean, nothing new. We have no new sports stories at all. Everything we have there are sports. No, we have no sports. We have this one. Yeah. Okay, so there's a gold tag here. This breakthrough is a gold tag. I could put this breaking news story on this, but like how much more sports are we going to have this week? There's no more sports stories on the map. This is the only sports story left. So is it worth doing this when we have other things we could do? There's still 7 items left on the map. And we're really hitting crime hard. There's a lot of crime this week. I think it's better just to not bother with this. I mean, you typically want to do these, but it just doesn't work for my stories this month. And putting 3 reporters on it for over like 2 days just doesn't make sense. I can't get rid of it. But I can't get rid of it for a day. Oh, but it doesn't take up. Yeah, you don't need to just communicate. Yeah, you don't need to do that because it's not taking up your telegraphers anyway. It's a breaking news story that everyone's going to report on. I think we're going to avoid it. It's as weird as it is to take one of those big things and avoid it. I think that's worth it. I just think it is. So we risk the fine. Reporting 8 minutes remaining on Walter. I might as well wait for Walter. He's going to be back with stuff in his hands in about 8 minutes. I can wait a little bit longer. And then if he does hit this, then I guess I can send Pam on something else right now, actually. Because we won't be able to do that until he's done. So, yeah. Pam, there's no stories for you. So, never mind. Here we go. So, another entertainment piece. And Carrie Roberts, my new reporter. I'm going to put you on that. Over here. Okay. Pause really quick. So, this one's going to unlock an object. And I love objects. Objects are great. Lois is going to risk injury to get this. And then Pam will do this if she gets injured. That's just how that's going to play. Okay, she's out for 3 days in the hospital. So Pam will take the story and work towards that item. I won't print it this week, but I can at least get the item as soon as we finish that. So items are good. And yeah, we're running out of time for the breaking news story, but I just don't think sports is worth it this week. So we have so much stuff going on with better topics. All right, Walter, go get it, buddy. I mean, I don't even know if I can print this story this week because this is racing against the clock here too, right? I mean, like 15 hours from now, we can't print this week. This is going to be another week. This is going to be next week, which is fine. It's a gold tag for next week, but like I can't do it this week. So just didn't find it fast enough, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on. I guess I don't really want to watch this one, I suppose, but we have 6 stories left to find too. This is crazy. There's a lot more to go. Christina, take this. It's a lot more stories on the map. Here's another one. Risks outrage. Outrage doesn't bother me, but I can't report this week, so I'm out. I can't report that anyway. Another crime article. This one again, angering the mob. I think I can go ahead and stop that one too. All right, now we need somebody to come down here and get this. It's 2 days, so like she's just not even going to be done. It's just too long. But you know what? We're at least going to be on the topic, and we can print it next week. Okay. That's a lot of juggling there. It's the most important one was to get this one, but that's next week. So we have these two though. These two are good. There's a red herring here, which kind of sucks, but we're gonna at least have these 2 tags comboing this week, which is great. We have another gold tag down here, which is fun. Another entertainment piece, which kind of shifts us to the left a little bit here too. We can give this to Anthony. It's fine. You know, we're building stories for next week now. That's good. So we got access to a Christmas wreath. Couldn't have been like a reporting tool or something, man. Hoping it was a better thing than that. Jim, go take that, I guess. We'll just get extra stories from you. So 2 days left, or 2 stories left to find. Another economics piece. We can go ahead and get that. 16 hours. All right, 1 story left on the map. That's it. Did the best we could. At least I think I did. I think I did the best I could. Okay, so let's collapse them all. And it looks to me like probably this one is... That's probably the only article left. Everything above this probably can't be printed. Yeah. Okay. So everything from this one below is going to get printed today. So we have a lot of stories. Admittedly, a lot of it is old news because I did skip some stuff. I was being very specific of what I was going after. We're going to have a lot of crime this week. This is a good one to go find. And honestly, there's a chance that she unlocks it. So let's try it out. She didn't. Okay. No, it was a chance. 9 hours remaining. I may not be able to get that story. This one's got 4 hours remaining. Christina might be able to get here in time. We'll hope that's the truth. 7 hours left on this. At least she'll get it in. Like, she'll get it into our typesetters and stuff. It's nice because next week, everybody will be busy right away. You know, normally your typesetters, your assemblers, they're kind of just standing around Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday at least. But now they're going to be busy all the time because there's stuff from last week that they're working on. So I like that. And then, of course, you're at 8 hours injured. You might actually be back in time. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to be able to send anyone to this story in time. But I think it will stay on the map because we've started reporting it. So I think it will stay. Yeah. How are we doing on paper? 425. I mean, I could buy more, but it won't actually be here in time if I do. So we're just going to have to pay the emergency fee for it. It's fine. Just the way it is. Okay. That's the way it's going to be. So again, we have this alignment thing that's going to shift as we push stories in. So this one here, lots of tags. We put this on the front page. Boom. That shifts us to the left. So you see this thing just moved a little bit. We're getting closer to informational now. And then if I want to counter that, put this in here, that'll be huge. That's a 12,500. That's so powerful. Boom. But now we're in informational. So if we want to stay moderate, we got to kind of, we got to put stories in that kind of balance things out, right? So this one here shifts us to the right a little bit. This one here shifts us to the left again. We have to do that kind of stuff. So this one is crime, investigative. There's an economics piece here. I don't have any other crime. Crime. I don't have any more. I mean, I do. It's just like it's not done, right? That's the big one that wasn't done. But do we have any economics? Yeah, we could do this old news one. It shifts us to the left again. Not great. This one shifts us to the left as well. This one's a gold tag, so we're going to put that one here. Again, way over to informational now. And then advertisers for various different things, based on how we report, what kind of topics we tend to report on, they will be more likely to want to advertise with us. We don't have an ad agency yet. I don't have anybody that's doing ads yet, so this part kind of is irrelevant to me right now. Okay, so I think we need to probably use... I mean, everything we have is left. Guess this stuff is right. Yeah, we could go... It doesn't really combo with anything. Yeah, it doesn't really combo with much. There's going to be a lot of old news in this paper, to be honest. Come to find out here. We're going to put you here. Get that silver tag in there. That doesn't really overlap at all with this story. It doesn't have any overlap with the other story either. Yeah, there's just no overlap in those stories. So, yeah, that's kind of a drag. Okay, Triumph, Fair, Economics. So I guess we're going to have to use old news. So economics will go here. It again shifts us even more to the left. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. It's interesting. Like, why does this one not matter? And the other one does. All right, that's weird. Maybe it's because it's old news. Maybe it doesn't matter when it's old news. Man, I wish I could put this one in there. Oh, man. Think about it. If I put this right here, that is such a huge bonus. Oh, man. I hate that. We're already at 193,000 sales. So this is already our best week ever. But I was really hoping to stay neutral here. Because I'm way over informational now. Okay. Well, we'll just have to balance it out next week. Because that does work. It carries over from week to week of where you are. So, all right. Politics then. We'll go triumphant here. And I guess we'll just use... entertainment. Economics. Don't really have much I could do here. I guess maybe we take the economic old news off. And put in the... entertainment here and here. That is better, I think, than putting the other one in. Let's double check that. So if I put this back in here, that is technically worse. So using the fresh news in this case is better. Okay. So we'll stack those two entertainment articles together. And then these two, this is just politics, which all I have is old news for that. So just put that here. And then over here, crime, econ, etc. don't have a whole lot. So we're just going to throw the one that has the most tags in it. And what we end up with is 210,000 sales, $6,300 in revenue. We are shifted slightly. This one did help. It actually nudged us back to the right a little bit. So I'm almost moderate. And then, yeah, tons of sales. Like, oh man, if I could only put that article here, it would have been great. I do have barely enough paper too also. I'm at 5 paper more than I needed. So I don't have any emergency fees either. Got that. Got both of those. Everything seems good. So an action-packed week, pretty difficult. Some decisions made to kind of avoid conflict. I think in hindsight, maybe one of those mobster ones I could have went for, but most of the ones I skipped had many stages to that investigation, and it was like, it's going to take a while anyway. I can't report it this week. But I do have a gold tag for next week on the front page, so that's good. And we can try to find stories that go with that to maximize its value. We'll see how that goes. 72 money, and then more influence. We're going to unlock the next tier for the mayor. That's neutral. So chief of police. Very nice. That's how we make friends. I just got a call from the chief of police. You should stop by his office, publisher. You really should. All right. And now the mafia hates me, so we can never talk to them again. So that's just the way that's going to go. So our perception calendar, right? Our perception and calendar. We're currently sitting in informational. Now, here's how this plays out. This is the next week, okay? If we align ourselves to this spot, then Empire Observer is going to steal 20% of our sales. So we want to stay away from that spot. If we end up in this range, we unlock a random object, okay? So this is where we want to be. Stay in the moderate area. Later on, it looks like in March, we actually have the opportunity to get additional education availabilities or educational possibilities. These are things that we can do to train specific staff in certain skills. You pick one staff member to take advantage of the education. So in this case, over here, negates police find risk on news. This can just get just get tagged onto a reporter, right? Any reporter that has these skills, any of them. And if you ever send that reporter on a story where you could have a police fine, you automatically negate it. That's pretty good. This one over here, 50% faster on stairs. Climbers, good, I guess, but for any of the regular staff. And then over here, 11th hour. I love this one, but it's very hard to get. I'm gonna have to like shift myself to the right as fast as I can here to get this. 11th hour. If an item is at least 50% done on the last hour of Sunday, it will be complete before the end of Sunday. So you just, if as long as it's at least 50% done, then it goes all the way. So if your assembler is working on it and it's like, man, I just needed like 12 more hours. It's like 60% done. Well, you can print that now. It's done. That's pretty good. I like that. I think either one of these ones on the sides are great. This one has more use to me, I think. Situationally very good. This one here is like, intentional. You have to, it's like an active ability versus a passive ability. And then this one is kind of irrelevant to me. I don't really care. And then of course down here below you have this one, chance of protesters showing up if you end up here. This one here adds a quality star when the story file contains a review tag. Sharpen, interesting. Only for these two though. All right, different items. So that's how this whole system works. And it's kind of cool because it adds a different element to the game you have to pay attention to. So you have all these different things you have to pay attention to at the same time, which is why the fact that you can pause the game is so important for me. So we're going to go for this random object, but I'm going to try to shift myself this direction because I'd like to get this if I could. Or I could just hang out where I am and maybe get an informant. Informant, it sounds good too. And both of these are fine, I think. But yeah. Pop, pop, pop. All right, so just under 5K left in our bank. Just under 5K. 39 influence points, so I could again get my other page, and man, do I want to get my page. I just have to be able to afford the floor. Which means I have to stay in debt. I don't want to stay in debt. Either way, come on back for the next one, and you'll find out what we do from there. Thank you for watching News Tower. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.